Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. In this video, we'll be looking to see what the best way to cut stems is when we're trying to propagate roots as fast as possible. In a recent video, we took a look at tomato plants. I had a variety of cuttings, which I cut the stems in a variety of methods, and we looked to see if a 45-degree angle cut was actually the best way to propagate our plants. Surprisingly, it wasn't. The split technique, where we cut down the center of the stem and open up the bottom, outperformed the 45-degree angled cut 3-0. Strong results from the split angled cut. We got a lot of feedback on that video, and people wanted to see if that same technique was applicable to other plants as well. That's exactly what we'll be exploring here today. So let's get started. The first plant we'll be looking at is sage. The branches on a sage plant can get quite woody and hard, and unlike tomatoes, sage grows with new branches coming out at each node. As the main stem continues to grow upward, each new node will have 2 branches emerging from it. I cut down the branches of this plant and prepared them for propagation by removing the lower level leaves. For the ends of our stems, I've given our first plant a 45-degree angled cut, and our second plant a 90-degree angled cut, which I have then sliced into using an X-Acto knife. I try to keep my blade in the center of the stem and cut 1.5 centimeters deep. We rejoin these plants to see our results, starting with our smallest cuttings. You can see that the 45-degree angled cut barely has any roots on it. There's some very small roots beginning to develop here, but nothing in comparison to the split stem, which has multiple roots growing in all directions. In our second comparison, both plants have grown roots, but the split stem has grown considerably more. Our last trial, however, was a win for the 45-degree angle cut, as it produced considerably more roots than our split stem. All in all, when it comes to sage, we've got the split stem outperforming the 45-degree angled cut 2-1. The next plant that I tried this with was peppers. I've got a number of young pepper plants here, which I've grown from seed. I'm cutting the main stems, removing lower leaves, and preparing them for propagation. I've got 3 jars set up with 2 plants each of them having a split cut and 45-degree cut on their stems. By day 8, we had solid rooting on all of these plants. Our first trial was a win for the 45-degree angle cut, our second trial a win for the split cut, and our third trial a tie. A real mixed bag here, with no clear favorite emerging in this small sample size. The last plant I ran this test with was basil. Basil grows similarly to sage and peppers with that node pattern of branching as opposed to tomatoes. Once again, we have a 45-degree angled cut, a split cut, and they've all been placed in jars for propagation. After 8 days of propagating, we've got roots on all of our plants. You can see here the split stem has outperformed the 45-degree angled stem in our first trial. Those roots extend up along the stem of the plant. Our second trial was a win for the 45-degree angled cut. You can see more roots appearing on that plant, and they are working their way up the stem. Our third basil trial came out as a tie. The roots on these plants are similar in both number and length. With basil, we've once again got a mixed bag of results, not enough sample size to really find a victor. In summary, there's all kinds of ways to cut the stems of your plants when you're trying to propagate them. On the internet and on YouTube, all we see is people recommending the 45-degree angled cut, stating that this is the best method. However, when we actually get into testing, I don't really see those results. Over all the races I've held between plants with the 45-degree and split cuts, the split cut has won 7 of those races, the 45-degree angled cut 3 of those races, and there have been 2 ties.
I definitely don't think a 45-degree angled cut is the be-all, end-all. I think there are better ways to do it, and I'm really interested to hear in the comments what you guys think of this split method and how you propagate your own plants. Thanks as always for watching, and happy harvesting!